the chair recognizes Ranking Member Weber, or Marshall, excuse
All
me,
right.
for questions. Yes.
Thank you, Chairwoman. I'll start with Major General Taffanelli. I want to talk a little bit about the mitigation efforts in Kansas, what we've done. Here on this committee, we work with NOAA and the National Weather Service. What type of collaboration projects have you done with them, with the State Emergency Operations Center, if any? What's working? What do you want to brag about? We're doing something right there, it sounds like.
Congressman Marshall, I would tell you that the biggest thing that we see from the partnerships that we didn't see previously is now anytime we have activated the State Emergency Operations Center, we have representatives from the National Weather Service in there, and the tools that they're able to provide, the insights that they're able to provide decision makers as we look to position resources, make informed decisions about storm track severity and those things is really invaluable. When we look at, particularly from a NOAA perspective, the ability that they can bring from a data perspective really kind of helps us more on the planning side of what we do because they have all of the historical records in that data that can then help us as we work with our mitigation plans and we work with other planning efforts across the state.
Is there anything we can do to push or nudge them along to do more, to be more helpful to you all? Any suggestions?
You know, I would say, I think one of the things that, that we really see is that it is getting the people with the right information in the room. And sometimes as we go higher up in the food chain, if you will, at the federal level or with some of the other entities that are out there, just knowing what capabilities that they're able to bring to the table really allows us a better opportunity to make informed decisions and really do the kinds of things that we need to do to protect the public and have the necessary response mechanisms in place.
Okay. Let's talk about the building codes that you mentioned a little bit, General Taffanelli, as well. You know, as I think about growing up in Kansas, it would be unusual to not have a thunderstorm with an 80-mile-an-hour wind at least once a year hit your community. And again, growing up, we'd be listening to the radio and I'd hear a tornado hitting the southwest side of Wichita and my dad saying, "Oh my gosh, that's horrible." Well, Dad, how come? Well, that's where all the trailer homes are. You know, are we getting any better? Are we safer today, or is that still a big concern? What are rural communities doing along with urban communities to address some of those issues, and any thoughts on how we can improve that situation?
I would say that there's more of an awareness now within our communities and our citizenry out there, and some of the things that we have seen with the example of mobile home parks. While it may not be practical for individuals to have storm shelters at each individual trailer site, right, many of those now do have within mobile home parks storm shelters that are in place for that community to be able to get to. When you couple that with the ability of systems today to be more predictable in terms of forecasting where storms are going to be at particular times, it gives more people an advantage to take the necessary precautions to get to a site where they do have some secure cover over them in the event of that storm. Some of the things that we've done internally from a rural perspective has been really our safe room program, and we've put in a number of safe rooms at schools, in large part because approximately 20 to 25% of the community is in a school setting at some point in the day, whether that's in the classrooms or whether that's at school events where the community may be involved. And that's especially important in the rural parts of Kansas. So one of those things is, again, taking that approach is why we really have invested in the Safe Room program. One of the other programs that we've done on a community basis is in Dodge City, Kansas, and we were able to do a monolithic dome structure that is capable of housing almost 4,000 individuals. Now, they use it for other purposes, but there again, that's more of a community-based approach to providing those kind of safe structures.
Okay, thank you so much, and I yield back.
Thank you.